Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Customs in Switzerland. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1:43 scale Schuco brand Porsche 356. I picked this up at a Swiss flea market about a year ago, and it does have its flaws. Any Porsche project is a special one for me, but this is even more so, as it's the casting and video that kicks off my annual summer road trip series of buddy builds. I've been inviting friends to join me in these for 5 years now. We decide on a car or a theme and do our own take on it. Today my good buddy is Ron from Somo Diecast, and we're both going to make a celebrity car. This isn't a car that you'd see them drive in a movie, so you can't do Dom's Charger from Fast and Furious or James Bond's Lotus Submarine. It has to be their real car. I'm a child of the 60s and a Porsche fan, so I came up with doing Janis Joplin's iconic 1965 Porsche 356 SC Cabrio. Once you see some pics of it, you'll think I'm high, just like everybody else was at that time. As I said, it's a flea market find, so it does have some flaws on it. There's the big price tag of 5 Swiss francs coming off. As I recall, I got 3 different castings about like this for 10 francs, so I did better than that. Here you can see the chrome trim on the front bumper is broken. I still remove it delicately, but I'm going to have to replace that or fix it somehow. The back bumper is totally missing. There's a little crack in the windshield, but everything else is decent. When you flip over a 1:43 scale car that has so many extra little bits and pieces, there's usually a lot of plastic melted in to hold the parts in place. I use a soldering iron, get it all heated up, and I just melt away the plastic until I can wiggle those parts free. Hood ornaments, headlights, tail lights. There's the fold-down Cabrio cover, door cards, couple dozen pieces here, and it's my practice to put them all in a little clear Ziploc baggie for super safe storage. Drop that into the plastic dish with everything else, and I'm pretty well guaranteed nothing will go AWOL during the next week where I'm working on this. I've simply covered up the headlights with some cut-out round masking tape. I'm not stripping the paint, I just scuff it up and then do a degreasing on the front bumper, the rear bumper, and the body. And that'll get it ready for priming and paint. One last step. I decided to leave the opening doors on for the whole customization project. I have found it just makes things match better and it's a little bit easier for me. So this is just the first of 4 summer road trip buddy builds. I'd like you to come back for my steampunk theme with Septic Calling, rally cars on the bench with Shoddy's Diecast, and a family vacation theme together with Sean Coral. I think they're all going to be fun, and I don't want you to miss any of them. So please be sure to come back. This is my blank canvas to work on, but things are gonna get crowded real soon. Here are a few more pics of the actual car. And I think the only way to do this is with a decal wrap. So I've found a few screenshots of the silhouettes of the 356, sized it to scale, and then I laid down some sections of the car that I found from a myriad of Google images that are available. I'm going to have to knit these together. I'll lay them down basically in 4 big pieces, starting with the hood. What would you do after the summer of love? If you're a breakout rock star, Janis Joplin in 1968, you buy an Oyster White 65 Porsche 356 SC convertible and have a pal paint it up in grand psychedelic style. Joplin's band, Big Brother and the Holding Company, had left its initial mark the previous year at the Monterey Pop Festival, an event also notable for having borne witness to Jimi Hendrix's legendary Stratocaster Flambe. Weigh in the comments below if you have any idea what I'm talking about. Maybe it's all just a purple haze for you. Flush with a fresh record contract with Columbia, Joplin picked up the 3-year-old 356 in Southern California. She then left the car with friend and roadie Dave Richards for a custom paint job more in line with her tastes while she went on tour. What resulted? A mural called The History of the Universe made Joplin's 356 an automotive artifact, the first well-known psychedelic hippie car. After a period in the wilderness where it was left in the custody of manager Albert Grossman after Joplin's death in 1970, then returned to her family in the mid-1970s and resprayed gray, the car was restored to its hippie spec glory in the late 90s. After restoration, it was loaned to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland for a lengthy stay, and then eventually, like many rock and roll totems of rebellion, it was put up for auction, selling at Sotheby's for $1.76 million. Wish I'd been there that day with a bidding paddle in hand. Today's community shout-out goes to the Instagram channel Customizing Mini Cars, a link for which you'll find in the description of this video, along with my invitation to head right over and check it out. So, the 4 main decal quadrants have been laid down, cured, and clear-coated, and now, as announced earlier, it's up to me to knit these together by hand-painting the white gaps that separate these. This was also an opportunity to carefully highlight and brighten some of the decals because the original Google pics were not all exactly the same brightness, having been taken by so many different photographers under different light sources. I had lots of fun doing this part. My laptop is open beside me, off camera, with all of my Google images close at hand. And look now, you can't tell where the decals stop and the hand painting starts, can you? This continues up the windshield frame as well, in psychedelic fashion. I really like doing this kind of custom work. There's a decent amount of detail on the Schuco chassis, so I'm going to hit that with some Molotow chrome paint. I like to apply it with a paintbrush, more so than the always exploding pens. And I'll put a channel logo down there too. I'm going to start putting the pieces back together now, though I do still have some painting to finish, but I think it's going to be better when the bumpers meet the body. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. I've clear coated my decal and paintwork that's been done to this point. Those are the original model screws going back in, of course. But I've got bare white bumpers needing paint and chrome. On the original car, the psychedelic paint on the body spills down in the same colors onto the bumper, so it's pretty easy to do. I dig out the decorative fingernail strips that I got from the beauty department, and I found some chrome to match the original car and any Porsche 356, just like that. I then applied a couple of wider strips to the front and rear bumpers and replaced the missing bumper guards with some DIY pieces. It's not super noticeable, but there's an annoying crack on the passenger side of the windshield. I simply camouflaged them with a couple of windshield parking permit stickers. Giving myself a few points for brilliance here. Let's have a closer look. That was a really ambitious project from the get-go, trying to do a psychedelic decal wrap combined with hand painting, but I hope you'll agree that turned out pretty well. There's always room for improvement, but I'm pleased with the end result on this one. Being a fan of the music of the era and Janis Joplin, I hope this is a fitting tribute to her, a bright star that burned out too soon. It's got all of the Porsche 356 details that Schuco always includes in this scale size. I just tried to highlight some of them and bring them out to your attention. Still opening doors, still a great roller. A project started with a couple of flaws and missing pieces. And a project finished. I hope you don't feel you need to be high to appreciate this one. Maybe that would help. But I came as close as I could with my skill set to replicate Janis Joplin's 1965 Porsche 356 SC Cabrio, an important part of her story and rock and roll history. Big thanks to Ron from Somo Diecast for helping me kick off this year's summer road trip series of buddy builds. Be sure to visit his channel too, because I know what he's made and you're going to be thrilled to see it. And of course, thank you for your return visit today to my channel. Come on back soon and often. It's coffee time.